And here we go. Let's take a look at the lineups. It's going to be Scylla Esports on the defense. What do you think?
Well, we're going to be looking to see them play their very standard comp. They like to play Spoons on this Hog. He makes Wuvo a whole lot of space. Project definitely here needs to be sitting on Saphira. He needs to keep him alive because I'm highly expecting Jam Gaming to find either Wuvo or Saphira and just try and collapse on them and take him out.
What do you think's going through the minds of Scylla right now? You know these guys quite well, so how do you think they're dealing with being under the pressure and being down one game in the series?
I think they're completely fine here. They're just going to be looking to come out with the best performance possible. I think they're already happy with how far they've made it, but obviously they're going to be pushing for that finals matchup against Fusion Girls.
Well, it's not going to be that easy because they have to win 2 maps to do so, and it all starts here in Hollywood to turn it back around.
Yeah, right now, Wuvo, he's sitting up on this high ground on Cafe. He needs to be very careful. Last time he played here, he got himself caught out. He needs to be a lot more defensive, especially when you're playing a team like Jam Gaming.
Here we go. Let's take a look at the lineup for Jam Gaming as well. They're going to go with CKM on the Genji and Apathetic on the Tracer.
Yep, so no Pharah here. They're just looking to dive in with those players, get that projected barrier either onto CKM or Hikari to assist with that dive.
Apathetic not wasting any time. He dashes up. He's got Wuvo when he decides he has the Discord Orb. He needs to be shielded by Project to stay alive as he doubles back now. Spoons just gets the kill on top of Hikari. So a good start now for Scylla. They can follow this up. For Wuvo gets a kill and Render. He's caught up from the rest of his team, and that's a nice start for Scylla.
They baited them. They sat Wuvo up on that high ground, and he knew he was going to get dived on there. They had Spoons sitting behind him. He dropped off that high ground immediately. He ran away. They committed so much onto getting Wuvo there. The projected barrier comes out, keeps him alive, and they just get cleaned up from there with Spoons in an amazing position to get that space back.
Now Sparky has the Earth Shatter good to go.
That's such a quick ultimate to build up here. He's going to be looking to shut them down as they come in with the dive here, really looking for CKM or Apathetic here primarily.
They might have Saphira as well, but look at Apathetic. He's going around, but Spoons almost gets that hook off as well. Just Sparky now just holding up. He's getting ready to get that Earth Shatter off. He has the Discord Orb, so he needs to back up. And they've got CKM in the back line as well. As Kansas is in a good position here to keep everyone alive. No one's turned to have a look at him. And Sparky, though, does take out Hikari. CKM's dashing through. Kansas takes out Wuvo as well. Quite even on the checkpoint. Pulse bomb on top of Spoons. He's been blowing up. Apathetic's a crazy man as well. And here we go. The Earth Shatter coming up from Sparky is the huge one.
But they've got the Transcendence ready to go to keep these players alive.
They've got the Pulse Bomb from Apathetic as well. It's quite even, but the Nano Boost is on top of Sparky. He's looking for people. The Graviton Surge comes out from Project. Sparky charges through. We've still got Scylla alive on the checkpoint.
And Saphira's staying alive at the back here, but he's got jumped on, but he lands the Biotic Grenade on Hikari and Wuvo.
He cleans up, he gets a double kill, and it will be CKM getting killed on the exit. And look at him, they're chasing it, trying to get him down. But man, Scylla, what a turnaround.
Wuvo at the moment spending so much of his time just running away from Jam. But that's working. There's so much committal coming out from Jam to take out Wuvo in these fights that him just running has already achieved something. He's gotten away from those players. Just sometimes he's run a little bit too eager there close to Candace, who managed to take him out in that last fight.
Wuvo's on top of the elevator, so he has that tactical visor good to go. Flake has that sound barrier, so they're just awaiting. Here goes the tactical visor from Wuvo, forcing Jam to go back through the archway. He won't get any picks. Jam will just exit out.
A little bit too eager once again from Scylla. It's something we see out from quite consistently, is just wasting ultimates in a sense of a little bit too early, and they push too far.
CKM gets the kill on top of Wuvo, and here we go. The Dragon Blade and the sound barrier combination coming out from Jam. He's going to slice and dice CKM. He's got Sparky in his sights. He's just going to dip away here. He's on 12 HP. There goes an Earth Shatter as well as Flake's taken. So we're quite even here. CKM takes out Flake, a Pulse Bomb on top of the checkpoint. Not going to get anyone. He's got over top of Spoons. He hits the whole hog, pushing people away. CKM's taken out Flake. He's got the deflect. He's trying to get Spoons, fighting inside the medpack room. Project and Render are trading a couple of kills. Hikari gets another one. There's Jam Gaming looking to cap.
And what can Project and Wuvo do? They're the last 2 on the point, but Sparky is about to come back and help them out.
Wuvo's on a Tracer now, so he's got back to the checkpoint quite quickly here, and the numbers are starting to rally up for Scylla to get back on the checkpoint.
Yeah, and Hikari, he's so low here. Render as well. They don't have a whole lot, but this Transcendent, it's ready to go. But will they commit it?
Look at this, they forced Jam back around, but Apathetic is actually rotated around. He's looking to get on top of Sparky. He needs to turn around. The Dragon Blade's been popped out for CKM. He's trying to look for several members, but it's been body grenaded. He needs to be careful, and here comes the Transcendence out from Cantus.
And they get a pick underneath their Transcendence. Sparky takes down CKM with that Nano Boost, and he's getting dangerously close to this Earth Shatter once again, and Project with the Graviton Surge.
And Render's high energy right now with Sparky's just swinging away at a shield. Here goes the Earth Shatter from Sparky, and they've got the Graviton Surge to follow up from Project, but he doesn't need to pop it because everyone else is cleaning up.
And they're ready for this last fight. They have the Graviton Surge Pulse Bomb combination. You usually see this on Control Map, but they're going to have it here for first point of Hollywood.
There's only 8 seconds.
Can they make it?
There's only
they won't
8
even
seconds.
make it.
No one's even going to get there. They've got to dash through. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the jump comes in just in time from Hikari. Here we go. The fight's still on, boys.
but they're taking down, CKM's taking down Saphira, but they're starting to trade back. Candace is down.
And he goes down the spoon. Sparky's going to follow up. The sound barrier comes out from Flake to keep everyone moving here for Scylla. They're getting the picks, Doctor.
What a defense! They didn't get caught out. Wuvo, he was baiting for so long on that first point, running around. He swaps to the Tracer, gets so much done.
And Scylla full hold on Hollywood. This is a crazy series.
Absolutely huge performance. They dominate that defense. And one thing I was saying earlier, Scylla, they had an amazing attack on this map. So they definitely should be able to take this first point. It's on Jam Gaming. They're so far on the back foot here. They're going to have to come up with something absolutely huge to even tie this up.
Well, we can just see the picks coming out now. They're going to lock this in. There will be the 3-tank lineup with Apathetic on the Soldier 76.
Yeah, Apathetic's got to make sure he doesn't get caught out. But Scylla Esports, I don't think they'll run dive here. They're going to play their slow comp. They're going to play the slow game. They're going to be calculated here. They're going to work around spoons on that hog in particular. He's going to be looking for those hooks to open it up. They might even take the high ground here or even wrap around completely behind the lineup of the players of Jam.
Oh, we've got the 8 seconds ticking down until we've got the defense ready to go. But, man, do you think Jam can hold on? This is a tall order. 4 minutes to hold 1 point.
I think it's a very tall order here, and especially since Scylla, they're in the advantageous position. They've got the opportunity here to play extremely safely, whereas Jam, because they were attacking first, they didn't have the opportunity to really think about, oh, we're going to take first point here, and they were planning ahead. They just had to get that first point, and it really set them on the back foot when they started committing ultimates and not getting anywhere enough out of them off the huge plays coming out from the players of Scylla.
And what do you think of Scylla's lineup?
Absolutely just standard all of this swap Wuvo onto the Genji. If you're looking to see if he opens up here, I'd be interested to see, because he'll be looking to dive in. And one thing they've done a couple of times is when they've moved Wuvo away from that soldier and put him onto the Genji, he's usually going for those individual plays, sort of like that solo Genji is. Nah, never mind.
So it's got to be a mirror matchup now.
Yep, so mirror matchup here, and that should favour the attack here. They need to get a couple of picks here, really work around spoons, and they're going to be looking to catch out CKM here.
Yeah, I thought spoons was a lot better on the hog earlier in the series than CKM.
Yeah, but I think definitely he's just landing so many more hooks and making space for Wuvo, and Apathetic just doesn't have a whole lot of room to work around.
So CKM's going to have to come up big here on the hog, as you just see Scylla getting ready to rotate and pick what entry point they're going to engage in. They're going to go up high.
Wuvo, though, what is he doing? He's gone in completely by himself and gets himself picked off, which is going to allow Jam to push up that high ground.
Oh, they're going to have to back out now. Scylla, as you can see, the Jam are ready to engage and pick apart the bones.
Yeah, but massive bio they landed. Candace is extremely low here, but he doesn't go down.
And Flake needs to be careful. They need to be careful not to burn too much time with delayed spawns, but Flake does get the kill on top of Akari, but it has to be Scylla rotating out.
Yeah, but at the moment their players are coming back in, but Project, he goes down extremely late.
CKM hooks him, what a beast, but we've got spoons here on the high ground. Scylla aren't going to back out.
Yeah, they're just going to keep applying this pressure. Wuvo has to watch out for CKM behind him. He dodges that hook, but CKM, he still lands the shot.
Oh, Wuvo's gone down again, and you can see CKM just coming up here on the high ground. Scylla are finally backed out.
Yeah, that took a little bit too long. They do have the nano boost ready to go, but they really need to wait. They need that synergy. They need that combo. They need one fight, and they need to play around that.
What a grenade was land on a couple of members of Jam on top of the checkpoint. You can see Scylla pushing up, but CKM's right behind them. They haven't spotted him. He just misses that hook. Saphira could have been dead. Candace goes down to spoons as he gets in. Charge comes down.